Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name is Nick and today guys we've got some fantastic news for the Cardano blockchain and the price action of ADA, at least in my humble opinion. As I get into the video, if you find it useful and informative, smash that like button, I really do appreciate that. If you're new to the channel, why not subscribe, tapping the bell, selecting all the notifications, and in doing so you will be able to be kept up to date with everything that's going on here at Cheeky Crypto. And if you haven't yet joined us in Discord guys, check it out, linked in the description down below. It's a fantastic community talking crypto 24/7, it's completely free, and I don't think you'll be disappointed by what you find down there, so why not go ahead and check it out. And in today's video guys, we're going to be talking about Cardano's ADA BTC, which launches its testnet for wrapped Bitcoin. So ADA, and I'm hoping I'm saying that right, ADA BTC, a project that aims to bring Bitcoin liquidity to the Cardano and 𝗕𝗘𝗪 blockchains, has announced that the Cardano testnet is now live. The project, which launched its public testnet for the 𝗕𝗘𝗪 blockchain in January, seeks to contribute to the anticipated DeFi explosion of these leading blockchains by bringing on-chain wrapped BTC. The launch of the Cardano testnet is a significant milestone for the project, as it allows for the minting of 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘, a Bitcoin asset on the Cardano ecosystem, similar to wrapped Bitcoin that is on the Ethereum ecosystem. So ADA BTC's goal to bring Bitcoin liquidity to the Cardano and 𝗕𝗪𝗪 blockchains, thereby enhancing their DeFi capabilities. Wrapped Bitcoin is an ERC20 token that represents Bitcoin and Ethereum's blockchain, providing Bitcoin liquidity on the platform. Similarly, 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘 will allow Cardano users to benefit from Bitcoin liquidity, providing new opportunities for DeFi projects on the Cardano blockchain. The launch of the Cardano testnet is a major step forward, but towards the launch of ADA BTC mainnet protocol on Cardano. It also demonstrates the project's commitment to expanding DeFi capabilities on the Cardano and 𝗕𝗪𝗪 blockchains. By bringing Bitcoin liquidity to these blockchains, ADA BTC hopes to attract more users to the Cardano and 𝗕𝗪𝗪 and enable developers to build more sophisticated DeFi applications. So in conclusion, the launch of the Cardano testnet for ADA BTC is a significant development for the project and the Cardano 𝗕𝗪𝗪 blockchains. The availability of 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘 on Cardano will provide a new level of liquidity and opportunities for DeFi projects on the platform. As the project moves closer to its mainnet launch, it will be interesting to see how ADA's BTC impacts the DeFi landscape on Cardano and 𝗕𝗪𝗪. So what does this mean for the price action? Well, we can see a lot of different things occurring, right? Testnet is a fantastic step forward, but it is only the testnet, and until we really start to see a mainnet and applications building and kind of users utilizing the DeFi applications, I think we're not likely to see any major price movements, at least not right away. I think this is going to be a slow burn. It's something that's going to take some time to build out, but it does help us with a bigger picture of seeing that Cardano and 𝗕𝗪𝗪, for that matter, could have some pretty explosive price movements in the future. Of course, that's just my opinion and my speculative opinion on what I think is likely to happen. Now, when we take a look at this particular chart here, this is Cardano's ADA paired up with USDT on the weekly chart. We can see that we have been moving down a little bit. This is nothing unusual. It does obviously have the ability still to push up a little bit higher, and you know, we still might actually come into contact with our 250 EMA lines that you can see here. But ultimately, we are still in a slightly bearish situation. I still do think that there's going to be a small pull to the downside that sees a pretty decent accumulative phase for ADA. I do think there's going to be some fantastic opportunities as we do look to come on down. Now, on this weekly chart, we can see that there is potential for a pretty significant surge to the upside. And this may or may not disagree with this. It's entirely up to you. Let me know if you do think this is possible or not possible. But based on the current structures here from an Elliott wave theory point of view, we could kind of assume that we could be pushing up more towards the $34 range, but potentially even up as high as $116. Now, I know what you're thinking. What would the market cap be? And you need to kind of get out of that frame of mind. The price dictates the market cap. The market cap does not become a barrier for price discovery. The main things that you need to think about here when it comes to price movements are the imbalances created from supply and demand. And in doing so, when you have a supply and demand imbalance, the price will reflect that. So for example, if the supply is shrinking down and demand is increasing, the price will go up. And as that price goes up, your market cap goes up, because the market cap is only derived from the circulating supply of ADA multiplied by the price, which means that the price dictates the market cap. So it's important that we understand that. Now, what's going to create that kind of dynamic between the supply and the demand? Well, we're going to see DeFi exploding, in my opinion, on the Cardano ecosystem. So bringing Bitcoin liquidity into that mix, I think, is going to be fantastic to help cultivate that particular thing. But we also will see a surge in the demand at the same time. So not only are we going to see a shrinkage of the supply of ADA as liquidity pools get set up in DeFi applications, also we see a significant amount more in terms of what is going on for the amount of, how do I phrase it? So we see a significant amount more people getting involved, but we also see a significant amount more people staking and delegating, basically preventing a lot of excess supplies of ADA in the ecosystem and on the exchanges and so forth. This shrinkage of the supply, along with new DeFi applications creating DeFi liquidity pools, is going to see a significant amount of space, or say space, but of the supply shrinking down, while simultaneously seeing applications built on Cardano's ecosystem will increase the amount of demand. So all in all, I think we've got a really good recipe for creating that imbalance between that supply and the demand, but also allowing us to see future developments on the ecosystem. So $34 to $116. I'm going to say it's going to be on the lower side of that. I don't think we're going to be pushing up towards 116, but it's an interesting kind of thing to be looking at. Now, from our daily point of view, we can of course see there's still that potential surge a little bit higher here, but ultimately we are still looking for further downside. We are looking to kind of come on down more towards the equilibrium area, and then we might bounce up a little bit up towards 52 cents. Ultimately though, I'm still thinking there's going to be some interesting ranges down a little bit lower, more towards the kind of 30 cent range, and I am looking for some accumulation in this kind of sweet spot. Let me just a little bit lower than 30 cent, in fact more 28, maybe down to towards the 26, 25 cent ranges. So ultimately everything there is actually giving up quite nicely for Cardano. You can also see it from an Elliott wave theory point of view, where we have this little range down here between 27 and 25 cent. So on the daily time frames, it does look pretty good. We do see some interesting kind of structures emerging, and again we are looking reasonably well here position wise for Cardano's ADA. On the weekly time frames, we can see that kind of bigger macro piece, and I am concerned around those EMAs and whether they're going to be barriers for us. Currently these are around the 59, which is your 50 EMA, at 49 cent, and then 48.7 cent is your 200 EMA. So you can see that there's a lot of resistance in this range. So we want to be aware that there is a potential move to the downside. And that $34 is subject to going down to 19 cent. If we don't go down to 19 cent and we hold a 23 low, then that actual number goes up significantly higher. So lots of things to be thinking about when it comes to Cardano. Some fantastic news and some fantastic things occurring in the space. And there's some future developments that I think are going to be fantastic for the Cardano ecosystem, but also encourage new users, new DeFi, and lots of reasons to see total value locked increase on the chain. And I do think we're going to see a lot more liquidity pooling. We're going to see a lot more in the way of staking and delegating, specifically as that area of the space also evolves over time. I think there's a huge recipe here for Cardano to see a shrinkage of that supply and an increase in that demand. So let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments below. I'm going to wrap this one up right there. If you have found it useful and informative, smash that like button. I really do appreciate that. If you're new to the channel, then why not go ahead and subscribe? And don't forget to tap the bell, selecting all the notifications so you stay up to date with everything that's going on in the world of cheeky crypto. And until the next one though, guys, have a fantastic day. We are not financial advisors, and none of what we have communicated verbally or in writing here should be considered as financial advice. It is not. Do your own research before investing in any digital asset or affiliate offers, and understand that investing in any crypto is risky. If you do, you need to be prepared to lose your entire investment. This video is for information and entertainment purposes only. All our videos are strictly personal opinions. Please make sure you do your own research and never take our opinions for financial guidance. There are multiple strategies, and not all strategies fit all people. Our videos are not financial advice.